One second. Coming to this DNA fingerprinting, if you see human genome size, there is 3.3 into 10 power 9 base pairs length of DNA, which is 3 billion nucleotide pairs are there. 3 billion base pairs length of DNA is there. If you compare the DNA of all human beings, which is 3 billion base pairs, nearly 99.9% of DNA is same in all persons or all humans. All humans have 99.9% same DNA, which is identical among all humans. Okay, only a small part of human DNA is varying. Board is blurring, huh? Wait some time. See here, only 0.1%. A small length of DNA, only small part of DNA is varying. A small part of DNA is different, and that is only useful. The small part of DNA which is different from person to person, that is giving useful information. This is useful to identify the person. Identify the person. As two persons do not have same fingerprint, as I told you, the 0.1% of DNA, which is very smaller amount of DNA, that contains useful information, and this is responsible to make every person as unique. That 0.1% of DNA is making every person as unique. Unique means a separate identical. Okay, here if you see the DNA, large amount of DNA is not expressing. Large amount of DNA in humans especially will not express. That amount or large DNA which is not expressing is called as junk DNA, which is intron DNA. Large amount of DNA is not expressing, right? Introns exons. In human beings, there is presence of more amount of introns. Okay? Here, in that intron sequence or in the junk DNA, there is the presence of variations. In junk DNA, what is junk DNA? Unexpressing DNA. In that unexpressing DNA, random variations are occurring. Random variations means small changes in the nucleotide sequence. Random variations occur as 1 in 200 nucleotides. Only, suppose if you take two persons, A and B. In the A and B both, 99% of DNA is same. Remaining 0.1% is different from A and B. Okay. In both of A and B, there is more amount of unexpressing DNA, which is called as junk DNA. That junk DNA, what we are calling introns. Okay. In that junk DNA, these have random variations 1 in 200 nucleotides. Suppose the junk DNA is large amount. Suppose here 200 nucleotides. 200 nucleotides means In 200 nucleotides of this DNA A and DNA of person B, in 200 nucleotides, there may be a single nucleotide change. First nucleotide or second nucleotide, like that. There is a change of only a single nucleotide. Even there is a single change or a change of a single nucleotide, entire person, properties, structure, everything is depending, changing. Random variations are occurring. That variations is 1 in 200 nucleotides. Due to that difference of one nucleotide in 200, two persons have different properties. Okay, but to compare that total DNA, explain junk DNA. Junk DNA means which is not expressing or introns. Intron. Introns means unexpressing DNA. DNA which is not expressing. Exons, introns are there. No? Exons are undergoing transcription, translation, but introns or junk DNA is not undergoing any translation or transcription. See, to compare these both organisms, to compare, studying entire genome, studying entire DNA is a big task. Suppose if two persons are there, between the two persons we are comparing their DNA so that we can compare their body form, properties, functions, everything. So that comparison is not a small task. It is a big task. That is not easy one, because I told you Human Genome Project, it took around 13 years. So we need to compare entire DNA means one person's entire genome we need to study, another person's entire genome also we need to study. It is a big task and it is expensive also. More funds, more money should be spent. It is expensive task. So that another technique called DNA fingerprinting was developed. DNA fingerprinting was developed, which enables the comparison very easily. DNA fingerprinting is identification of differences. It uses identification of differences. Where differences are present, we found 1 in 200 nucleotides, like junk DNA. That junk DNA is present, which is having some differences. That differences in specific regions of DNA, on specific segments of DNA, we can find the differences between two persons. So by finding the difference between the two persons, we can compare the two persons. Suppose in a crime scene, a small amount of DNA is available. We have many suspects. In that suspect, how to find that crime person, criminal? So by the help of the DNA fingerprinting, we can suspect and we can prove who is the accused, who is the criminal, like that. In applications, I will tell you. Okay. Here, the specific sequences of DNA which are used to DNA fingerprinting. See, what is this DNA fingerprinting? Identification of differences in specific regions of DNA. That specific regions of DNA are called repetitive sequences. Repetitive sequences. Every person has some repetition of nucleotides, some sequences of nucleotides, some segment of DNA is repeated many times in all persons. Okay. Here, what is this repetitive sequences means? Here, a small stretch or a small stretch means a small segment of nucleotides is repeated many times. same sequence is repeated many times. That is called what? Repetitive sequences. See, what is that? Same nucleotide sequence means, suppose a DNA is there, means that has AT, GCC, CG, AT. This is one sequence. The same sequence is repeated. AT, GCC, GAT, AT, GCC, GAT, AT, GCC, GAT. See here, this is a stretch. The same stretch is repeated. In all persons, there is a repetitive DNA. This is called what? Repetitive DNA. What is this repetitive DNA? How many members, how many nucleotides I wrote? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nucleotides I wrote. It may be 8 nucleotides or whatever the number. That segment of DNA is repeated many times. That is what we are calling repetitive sequences or repetitive DNA. Okay, that DNA is repetitive DNA where it is present majorly. Repetitive DNA greatly found or it is greatly present in satellite DNA. Satellite of chromosome, which is also called as satellite DNA. What is the satellite of chromosome? Can I erase this? Explain last point, which end of the board. This one, identification of differences in specific regions of DNA called as repetitive sequences. This is a repetitive sequence, right? That repetitive sequences are identified in DNA fingerprinting. That repetitive sequences are different from one person to another person, so that repetitive sequences are identified. If we identify that repetitive sequence, then we can identify the person, because the repetitive sequences are not the same in two different individuals. Okay, so that satellite DNA is having more. What is satellite DNA? Satellite. The DNA which is present at the satellite portion of this chromosome. If you see the chromosome has two arms. Arms of chromosomes are called what? Yeah. What is centromere? Arms of chromosome. Arms of chromosome is called what? Arms of chromosome is called chromatid. Chromatid. Ends of chromosome is called what? Telomere. Not heterochromatin akka. It is chromatid. Okay. Here this part where a knoblet structure is there, that is called what? Satellite. In satellite, usually there is more amount of DNA than chromatid. Chromatids have less amount of DNA. At centromere also more DNA is there. In satellite also more DNA is there. That repetitive DNA is present very more in satellite DNA. This satellite DNA is there now. This is of two types. Satellite DNA is two types: microsatellites, mini satellites. Microsatellite DNA is one, and mini satellite DNA is another one. Microsatellites and mini satellite DNA. So these two micro and mini satellite DNAs, they have more number of repetitive sequences. Okay, and these usually they do not code for protein. They do not code for any protein. Which one? microsatellite DNAs and mini satellite DNAs are not coding for any protein, and these satellite DNAs what we are studying, they show a condition called polymorphism. Polymorphism, which is repetitive DNA polymorphism. Here, what is that polymorphism? This repetitive sequences identify. Yeah, repetitive sequences only we are identifying in the DNA. Identification of repetitive sequences is DNA fingerprinting. Okay, it shows polymorphism. This polymorphism is due to point mutation. What is point mutation? Single nucleotide change is called point mutation. Single nucleotide change is called as point mutation. Suppose here 3 nucleotides are there, A, T, G. By point mutation, how many different sequences are possible? By in ATG, how many different sequences are possible? Polymorphism, I told now. What is polymorphism? Poly means more. Morphism means different sequences are developed. I will tell you how we can find that polymorphism. Suppose, how many nucleotides are here? 3. 3 nucleotides. 3 nucleotide sequence. How many types of nucleotides are there? 4. If A is replaced with T, one new sequence will form. A is replaced with G, one more sequence. A is replaced with U or T, one more sequence. Like that, for 3 nucleotides, there are 64 possibilities are there. Yes or no? Similarly, suppose if we take a sequence A, T, G, C, C, G, A, T. How many nucleotides are here? 8 nucleotide sequence is there. How many different nucleotides are there? 4. So it shows 8 power 4 different sequences are possible. Yes or no? 8 power 4 different sequences are possible. A is replaced with G, then GT, GCC, like that. If one nucleotide is changing, T is replaced with A, like that. 8 power 4 different sequences are possible. So that number of sequences is called as polymorphism. Okay, here that DNA polymorphism is developing. So this polymorphism is forming a structure called short tandem repeats. Is it complete? If you complete this, tell me, then I will continue. Yeah, always 4 come in power. Yes. Why? Because why 4 are coming here? Because adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. 4 different nucleotides are present in DNA. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So as 4 nucleotides are present, power 4 will come. But the length of nucleotides will become much. The base will be number of nucleotides. Here number of nucleotides is 3. So 64. From where they will get the DNA for DNA fingerprinting? Yeah, wait. We'll go for methodology, then we'll see. I am just giving how this DNA fingerprinting can be operated. If we go to methods, steps of DNA fingerprinting experiment, then you can know. You are waiting, huh? Okay. See, what is DNA polymorphism means? Yeah, completed. The heritable changes or heritable mutation observed in a population at high frequency. Heritable mutation observed in population at high frequency is called as DNA polymorphism. DNA of twins is same. Yes, yesterday I told you. Twins means homozygous twins means same DNA. Homozygous twins means once fertilization is giving zygote. This zygote is then developed into embryo, fetus, everything. If two twins are made from same zygote, means then they have same DNA. That is called as homozygous twins. Heterozygous twins means suppose the two twins are made, here one fertilization, here another fertilization. Two different fertilizations are taking place and two twins are made, means they have heterozygous twins, they have different DNA. But homozygous twins have same DNA. DNA fingerprinting can be used for identification of twins. DNA fingerprinting can be used for the identification of twins, for the identification of a child of a mother or father. Yeah, fingerprint of this twins is same. Twins have same DNA fingerprint results. DNA fingerprint of twins is the same. See, what is this? DNA polymorphism means the heritable mutation. Observed in population at high frequency is called a DNA polymorphism. See here, what is the frequency of this? The single set of nucleotide shows 8 power 4 different DNA sequences or repetitive DNA. See here, a single 3 nucleotides, if they are altered, means 64 different DNAs are possible. That is high frequency. For 3 nucleotide sequence, 64 different sequences or combinations means then it is high frequency. If it is taking place at high frequency, then it is called as this one, what? DNA polymorphism. Okay, by using this DNA polymorphism, we can observe. Okay, here this inherited character, with the help of this heritable mutation, DNA polymorphism is defending. So any inherited character of one person is different and that can be detectable in laboratory. So the inheritable character or inherited characters, that character may be what? Genotype, what is called as molecular character, or it may be a physical character. Physical character or molecular character is differing from one person to another person. That differs among individuals. As it is differing from one person to another person, it can be detected. I mean, what is the difference from one person to another person? That can be detected in the laboratory. So that difference, what we are detecting in the laboratory, is called genetic marker. See here, listen this point once more. So the inherited molecular or physical character is not the same in two individuals. Inherited physical or molecular character is not the same in two individuals. As it is differing from one person to another person, as it is differing among individuals, that inherited molecular or physical character, we can detect that character in the laboratory. So as we are using that character for the detection of this character, we can call that as genetic marker. This genetic, what is a genetic marker means? It may be gene or DNA sequences. It may be a DNA sequence or a gene. A gene can be used as a genetic marker to distinguish between two persons. Okay? Here, that markers will be polymorphic. This marker, genetic marker, should be polymorphic. Then only we can distinguish between two persons. Suppose if we take one gene, for that gene, both persons have same sequence means then it is not easy to identify. If two persons have differences in the two persons, the gene is different between two persons, then only we can identify. That is what we are saying. It should be polymorphic. And then only it is useful. This polymorphism, what is polymorphism means? This is variations in DNA sequences as we discussed. What is that polymorphic means? Variation in DNA sequence. What is that DNA sequence? The nucleotide sequence should be different on two DNAs of two persons. Then only it can be identified. Okay? This variations, suppose if this DNA sequences or variations are there, that variations, if present in exon, if variation is present in exon, then difference can be seen. Difference can be visible. How we can say difference can be visible? If this, two persons are there, two persons have a DNA difference. Nucleotide sequence of two persons is different. If that difference is present in exon, then we can observe the difference between the two persons. How that difference can be visible? Yeah, exon means character will be expressed. That character will be expressed so that we can easily understand. Okay. The variations in exons can be observable changes. Okay. But the DNA polymorphism or nucleotide sequences, which is one or two or more alternative locus are changed. One or two or more alternative forms are formed. Here what DNA polymorphism, which can give changes. Changes means which change locus. What is locus? A particular portion or a particular place of DNA. Suppose this is DNA means on this DNA this place is called as locus. So polymorphism causes locus changes. Polymorphism with locus changes is, this polymorphism is one or two or more changes which are changing in the locus. One or two or more changes which are forming alternative forms. Alternative forms of a locus. So this, at this particular point, one change or two change or many changes are taking place means that a particular change is alternated. Genetic marker should be polymorphed. Yes. Right. Genetic marker is polymorphic means then only we can understand the difference between the two people. Difference between two people can be observed very easily with both are different. Two persons have same DNA means then What is the locus means? A particular position on DNA is called locus. If there is no polymorphic, homomorphic condition is there. If the persons, two persons DNA is same, means how can we differentiate them? We cannot differentiate them. So to distinguish between that, we need to find the polymorphic DNA only. Okay. See here, DNA polymorphism is one or two or more alternative forms of a locus. Due to the changes, suppose here a locus, a particular location on DNA. There, if DNA polymorphism developed means there is a formation of some alternative forms. Suppose I told you, suppose this locus has a 3 nucleotide sequence. One nucleotide is changed means, 3 power 4. 64 alternative forms are made for the locus. How many number of alternative forms means? Number of nucleotides in the sequence, power 4. That will give number of alternative forms. That much alternative forms are made. These alternative forms, they differ in the nucleotide sequence. Complete? If you complete, then we will continue. These alternative forms are there, that alternative forms are differing in the nucleotide sequence or in the number of the different nucleotides. 3 power 4 is 81 now. 4 power 3, yes. 4 power 3 means 64 will form, 3 power 4 means 81 will form. Last point, explain again. Hey, Sira, suppose ATG is the locus. Yes or no? If this nucleotide is changed, TTG will form. So this is another alternate. Suppose ATG is there, na? ATA form, ATA developed. This nucleotide is changed. So ATA is another alternative form of the same locus. This is one locus. Another alternative of the same locus is this one. This is also alternative form of this locus. So that is what we are saying. One or two or more alternative forms. One or two or more alternative forms. Here 3 power 4 means 91 nucleotide sequence are possible. Okay, is it complete? So that number of polymorphism is there, na? That polymorphism where different alternative forms are possible for a DNA locus, that DNA polymorphism, what locus is there, na? That locus, they, alternative forms of locus, they differ in either number of nucleotides or sequence of nucleotides. Either nucleotide sequence. Here nucleotide sequence is different. That is nucleotide sequence or variable number of repeated sequences. Variable number of repetitive sequences. What is that repetitive sequences means? Variable number. Suppose just now I told you ATGC CGTA. This is a sequence. Suppose this sequence is ATGC CGTA. I wrote ATGC CGTA. ATGC CGTA. This is a sequence. This is a short sequence. Here, that short sequence which is repeating is called as STR. This nucleotide sequence is repeating for many times. This is called as STR. What is STR? short tandem repeat. Short tandem repeat. And here variable number of repetitive sequences I wrote. Suppose the same sequences, how many times it is repeated here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times repeated means that is called as its VNTR, variable number of tandem repeats. Variable number of tandem repeats. Short tandem repeat means a sequence of repetitive DNA. A segment of repetitive DNA is called as what? Short tandem repeat. This tandem ATGC, CGTA is repeating one by one again and again. So it is called as STR. Variable number of tandem repeats means number of times a STR is repeated. How many times it is repeated? Suppose in this case it is 4 times. So what is this point is, I told you DNA polymorphism is the alternative form of a locus. I told you that DNA polymorphism, polymorphic DNA is there means that polymorphic DNA of 2%. 2% polymorphic DNA, they may be showing the difference in nucleotide sequence. Nucleotide sequence means this sequence. ATGC, CGTA means instead of that some other sequence will come. That sequence of nucleotides, which is a repetitive sequence. So repetitive sequences of 2% may be differing, this one. Or variable number of tandem repeats may be differing. In one person, this sequence is repeated 4 times means in another person, it may be repeated for 10 times, like that. Okay? That is 2 times. So by observing this STR and VNTR, we can find the relationship between this DNA. Okay? Single STR, short tandem repeats. This STR is majorly SNP. SNP means single nucleotide polymorphism. Majorly there is a difference in only one nucleotide between 2%. That DNA polymorphism is majorly a single nucleotide polymorphism. One nucleotide is changed. Tandem means segment. Tandem means a segment. That is a literature word, not related to DNA or any other thing. It is literature, English word. It is related to English literature. Short tandem repeats. So STR is, majorly SNP, single nucleotide polymorphism. This single nucleotide polymorphism or STR or VNTR is different from one person to another person. So if we find that SNPs or VNTR or STR between the 2 persons, then we can identify it. This VNTR is majorly seen in VNTR is majorly seen in microsatellite and mini satellite DNA. Microsatellite and mini satellite DNA. In the microsatellite DNA and mini satellite DNA, we can identify that. Okay, these are seen in almost all many enzymes. Okay. These are seen in more chromosomes. Majority of chromosomes shows this one. Okay, this VNTR on restriction enzyme action, they produce some other sequence which is RFLP. RFLP is formed. What is that? RFLP means restriction fragment length polymorphism. This VNTR, when it is cut with different restriction enzymes, different sequences are formed. That different sequences, what are forming? They are called RFLPs, or restriction fragment length polymorphism. That restriction fragment polymorphism, I mean VNTR, yes, microsatellite or mini satellite DNA is there. In that VNTR is there means by using restriction digestion we can produce this fragment, RFLP fragment. That RFLP fragments, what are formed into short fragments, they are observed after separation on agarose gel electrophores. So if we observe them, if same VNTR is present between two persons, if VNTR is same, STR VNTR is same between two persons means when we cut with restriction enzymes and when we separate the DNA fragments, they show similarity. Then the DNA is belonging to that person, that we can find. If there is a difference, then we cannot find. I mean, they are not related persons, that we can finalize. Like that, see what is RFLP means? STR, VNTR, what are present on, yeah, wait 1 second. Restriction enzymes are DNA cutting enzymes. In biotechnology chapter, we will see that restriction enzymes are called as molecular scissors. So that restriction enzymes when used, that will cut and there is formation of small fragments. Is identical twins have both STR, VNTR, yes, sir. Identical twins. Homozygous twins have both STR, VNTR same. Homozygous twins have same STR, VNTR, SNP is also same. Everything is same in homozygous. Okay, here this STR, VNTR, when they are cut with restriction endonuclease enzyme, there is formation of small fragments. If the fragments are, that only I am explaining the, see here, VNTR, which is seen in microsatellite or mini satellite DNA, when it is cut with restriction enzymes, they produce RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism. That means different lengths of DNA pieces are formed. One large DNA, one small DNA, based on the action of this restriction enzyme. Suppose the 2% DNA we took, 2% DNA cut, both are made into RFLPs, then we separated and analyzed them. When we separate and analyze them, if we find the same RFLPs, then we can find that DNA is belonging to same person, or both persons are related. Suppose somewhere in crime scene a blood drop or a hair is available. From that we can isolate the DNA. We have one accused person. Okay, from that accused person, that DNA and the sample DNA what is available in crime scene, both are compared. If both are showing relationship like this means, then that is the related DNA. How to take person DNA, that we will see in biotechnology lesson. We can take DNA, cell is there na, if we need to break the cell, cytoplasm will release. Nuclear membrane is also broken. When nuclear membrane is also broken, DNA will release into the medium. From that medium, we can separate the proteins and we can extract the DNA by using ethyl alcohol. That process we will see in biotechnology. How to extract the DNA from a person or a cell. Okay? Enough for now. After 5 minutes, you may have one more class. Thank you for today's class.